I'm delighted at this time to call upon Andy Nesta, member of the graduating class, to announce the gifts to the university. Andy.
Papers are falling down. Before I begin today, I'd like to have a brief moment of silence for Oliver Matthew. Oliver was a member of the class of 2013, and he would be here today if he hadn't been taken from us too soon due to a battle with leukemia. Thank you. Chancellor Morgan Sylvester, President Toop, Dean Helsley, distinguished faculty, staff, guests, and family, and my friends, the graduating class of 2013. I am so proud and humbled to stand before you today speaking to such an incredible group of people. Hello, graduates. Look to your left. Now back at me. Now look to your right. Now back at me. Those are your fellow students at the Sauder School of Business. Now look down, look up. Where are you? You're in the Chance Center. What's that in your hand? It's an acceptance letter to UBC, but look again. That letter has turned into a diploma. After 4 years of hard work, you've arrived at your graduation, and you're exactly where you want to be. So how did we get here? There's a saying that good judgment comes from experience, but experience comes from bad judgment. So for most of us, we gained our first experience at Frosh. That first day outside of Scarf, we stood there, looking at our Frosh leaders, jumping, screaming, dancing, shouting, cheering, and we were saying to ourselves, is this what university is going to be like? We met 1,000 people, learned 1 million names, forgot them all, cheered, lost our voices, and we barely slept. The beginning, it really was a blur. 500 fresh-faced students from around the world brought together, nervous, excited, and 50 other emotions at once. But we survived. We made new friends, and we learned a lot about ourselves. And from there, well, the learning never really stopped. From Gateman, we learned supply, demand, and the fear of midterms. From Brian Graham, we learned how to win raffles. And from... and from 4 years of very brief construction, we became experts at navigating temporary fences. So we've come a long way, and we've seen a lot of change. We've seen the construction of our new business building, the welcoming of a new dean, and a near doubling of the Sauder student body. And in just 1 year's time, we'll have to say that our Wednesday night studying happened at the old Pit Pub. And so after a long journey, we find ourselves here today, at our graduation. And with our graduation comes our gifts to the university, which I'll announce at this time. This year's class is giving 10 gifts to the university totaling $32,000. The top 4 gifts are as follows. $10,000 to the AMS to fund a UBC Central Exam Database, $5,000 to the Irving K. Barber Learning Center for a new multimedia room, $5,000 to Project Blue Terminal to fund Phase 2 of a Sustainability Information Aggregator website, and $5,000 for a new sustainability art project in the new sub. The remaining gifts can be found on page 8 of your program. So in thinking of what to say here today, I racked my brain looking for inspiration. I looked back at previous speeches, listened to a lot of things, and I found inspiration in an unusual place. Long ago, at my 9th grade graduation, my own mother gave a speech to our graduating class. At the time, I was pretty embarrassed, and I didn't really know what she was saying. But now, I do, and I'd like to share a few words that she said. Too often, people are concerned with what they have done, what they are doing, and what they are going to do, but not with who they are. After all, we're not human doings, we're human beings. Now, a graduation ceremony is often a celebration of the things that we've accomplished and the experiences that we've had. And as Sauder students, we've had some incredible experiences, from winning international case competitions to charity initiatives in Africa, to hosting countless celebrated events, or to just out-cheering every other faculty at every campus event. We've done a lot. And tomorrow, when we go our separate ways, many of us will continue to do amazing things. But today, just for a moment, let's look past just what we've done and focus a little on who we are. So who is the Sauder graduating class? Well, we're definitely well-dressed, and we like to carry business cards. I think that's what the other faculties think of us. But beyond just those superficial things, I think there are some pretty incredible things that tie our very diverse group of people together. We're passionate about the things that we involve ourselves in. Just ask anyone who walks through CA Hall. We're composed and articulate from countless class presentations, and we're energetic in starting new initiatives, maybe from all the free coffee. We're determined and hardworking, never ones to shy away from an all-nighter, even the night before an exam, and we're the kind of people who understand that no time is a bad time to display school spirit. And finally, even though we might sometimes take ourselves just a little bit too serious, we never lose track of how to have fun. I'd like to share one last brief quote. I wish we had another time. I wish we had another place. Now, I certainly don't want to devalue the genius that is Justin Bieber, but this is one circumstance where I actually disagree with his brilliant lyrics, and I hope you disagree too. I don't wish I had another time, and I don't wish I had another place for my university experience. I know that there's no place that we'd have rather been these past 4 years than at the Sauder School of Business. We've learned the skills that we need to succeed, but more importantly, we've become the people who we are today. So while what we have done and what we're going to do does matter, let's not forget what's most important, who we are. We are leaders, we are friends, and today we're the graduates of the Sauder School of Business. Congratulations to the graduating class.